Lady Aberdeen was keen to take advantage of a fine April day with an outing away from Rideau Hall. Her husband had a business meeting, but his secretary and aide-de-camp, Captain John Sinclair, decided to join her. Sinclair was nicknamed Boy by Lady Aberdeen, although he was only a few years her junior. He would go on to marry the Aberdeen's daughter Marjorie 8 years later. Only 2 horses, Cowslip and Buttercup, were harnessed to the carriage for the relatively short trip. With driver John Keddy at the reins, they were soon on a ferry to the Quebec side of the Ottawa River. As Lady Aberdeen later wrote in her journal,
"I wanted to show Boy the pretty Gatineau road where he could go for rides."
The Gatineau Road ran along the river of the same name. They stopped at Saint-François-de-Sales Church to visit Lady Aberdeen's friend, Curé Isidore Champagne, the parish priest. The Gothic-style church, built 8 years earlier, dominated the small town of Pointe-Gatineau. Although work continued on the interior, the church featured 2 magnificent bells, a source of pride for a music lover like Curé Champagne. After a short visit, Lady Aberdeen, Boy, and John Keddy carried on. The going proved difficult. The Gatineau River, swollen from melting snow, had turned the road to mud in several spots. Suddenly, Cowslip lost her footing and slid down toward the river, taking Buttercup and the carriage with her. In a flash, all were in the icy, fast-flowing river.
I found myself on my back in the water. Boy was looking over me for a moment and smiled and said, "It's all right." I tried to smile back again, and then, remembering that I had been told one ought to float in such emergencies, I stretched out my feet.
The 3 had only a moment or 2 to avoid succumbing to the ice-cold water.
My head got under the water, which was not at all pleasant, and Boy said he thought things looked very nasty then. And I began to wonder how long one could remain conscious under the water.
On the shore, 3 local men, Félix Bigras, Charles Carrière, and Benoni Tremblay, quickly launched a boat and helped the 3 floundering victims to shore.
How we got clear of the carriage, how we did not get sucked in, and how we did not get carried out by the river like the poor ponies are mysteries for which we can only thank God.
As an expression of thanks, Lady Aberdeen ordered a new bell for Saint-François-de-Sales Church from the world's premier bell foundry, Mills and Steinbank of London, England. 1 year later, Curé Champagne organized a special service to bless the new bell. More than 2,000 people attended, including the Governor-General and Lady Aberdeen and Prime Minister Wilfrid Laurier. The bell, which remains in service today, along with the bridge adjacent to the church, both bear Lady Aberdeen's name. As was the custom at the time, however, the 3 rescuers, local men named Bigras, Carrière, and Tremblay, were never in the limelight. They received a small reward from the Governor-General, but their role in the incident was all but forgotten.